तस्सा सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा. So I hope you can see my screen now. Okay. Just 1 minute. One minute. So today we'll be continuing from the place where we stopped. I think we stopped here, right? Pathurahesum. They appeared in front of the Buddha. And now it's my turn to explain. I think I have done already the translations very nicely. If I'm correct, is it this is the place?
Yes, Bante.
Tenakopana Samayena Bhagava Ananjena Samadhina Nisinno Hoti. So at that time, the blessed one, Ten Samayena at that time, Nisinno Hoti, was sitting, who? The Bhagava, the blessed one, with a Samadhi, Ananjena. So normally we translate the word Ananjena means imperturbable. 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 How do you pronounce it? Imperturbable.
Imperturbable, Bante. Imperturbable.
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 Imperturbable. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interpretable. Okay. So this we normally say the unshaken samadhi, which is very far away from all the hindrances. And normally we refer to when the word aninja is given, we refer to the arupa samadhi, arupa avachara samadhi. And sometimes the arahatta or magga palachitta attained based on the arupa samadhi. Sometimes if you go into the commentary, I think Sally also explained on this point, there are a few ideas. Chatudha jnana padakena agga pala samadhi. So with the arihatta pala samadhi based on chatudha jnana. Some says arupa jnana padakena ati vadati, based on rupa vachana chatudha jnana, or either based on arupa jnana. Ananjena samadhina ati patu. Some says it's ananjena samadhi. Because in the sutta we have Aninjena Samadhina, because the commentators had a reading called Aninja Samadhi. So the one who Dhammapadas, in the book he had, it was written as Aninja Samadhina. But today we have Aninjena Samadhina. So he recognized that there was such a reading also. So that reading is what we have today. What Venerable Dhammapala had was a different reading. Kasmapana Bhagava Tesam Bhikkuna. So then he says why these monks were, why the Buddha attained so. So here also I want to point out one. Why did the bhikkhus, I'll just roughly translate, why knowing that the monks are coming, Buddha attained into this samadhi. Tesam Atana Samapanna Samapatting Janitva Samapajjanathang Tesam Pubbe Panamitanam Idani Attana Samana Sambhoga Dasanattam Anubhava Deepanattang Vina Vachi Bhedena Anya Vyakarana Deepanatancha. So these are the few reasons. So because they were sent off before, dismissed before, and then he Samana Sambhoga Dasanattam. So wanted to show to the world that they also have a similar kind of association, Samana Sambhoga. So he wanted to make to We normally say, wait just 1 minute. So eating or living together. So samana sambhoga. So he wanted to show that they have a similar kind of attainment or living, dwelling as he is, and anubhava. So show their greatness and also to elaborate express their attainment, arahantship, without talking. Right? This is the idea of the ancient commentary. Apare panahu, but some others said that Ubbe panamita dinam idani attano santikang agatanam anuttara sukuppadanena ananya sadharana patisantara karanatta. Because Buddha chased them away before. Now when they came back, so normally Buddha would talk with them, but here it was a patisantara. It's also one kind of a greeting, which is not commonly done with others. So therefore, ananya sadharana. Anya sadharana means common with others, but here it is very uncommon. So a unique kind of a greeting. So what I wanted to say is the first part is the idea of the ancient commentary. So when you have such a translation, please consider this is the original ancient commentary. Now, for instance, here it was mentioned aparepana. Some others said. In some places, the commentator will say, even having said this, but still that another meaning. So in such cases, we should know that this is the idea of the Pali commentary. So most of the cases, if nothing was mentioned and a meaning was given, explanation was given, this is what was found in the ancient commentary. I think we found this in the Suppavasa Sutta. So how did it happen? How did she got relieved? The ancient commentary had an idea. Then the Pali commentator said, in another way. It was not so. It could be in another way. So likewise, that is also some idea that we have to understand. You can see this kind of a usage in Dattasalini. So in Dattasalini, when Buddhaghosa was explaining about the passa, the contact, he gives an explanation what the contact means. Then he suddenly explains it's not proper to say so. It should be understood in another way. So there was nothing mentioned about an ancient commentary or direct refutation, but the ideas are completely contrasting. The first line says this is why the passa was mentioned first, and then he wrote, no, it is not the reason. This is the different reason. The first reason is wrong. So whenever Lady Sayadaw says that in that case, the first explanation is from the ancient commentary. The second explanation is his rejection of the ancient commentary. So likewise, when we read the commentaries, if we have a direct explanation about some part, that is what was found in the ancient commentaries. So this is also that one thing I wanted to mention. So when you go further, you find that the Pali commentator had liked this idea. We'll see it at the later point. The second idea. So then, tepi ayasmanto bhagavato ajjasayan nyatva thang eva samapatting samapajjinsu tena uttang atamenuko bhagava viharena itara virati. Then it says about the Ananja Samadhi, an expression about Ananja Samadhi. Ettacha rupavachara tatutta jnanam kosacchadinam paripantaka dhammanam suvidura bhavato idhya moola bhutehi anonamanadihi solasihi bodhana dhammehi samannagamanato ananjapattang sayang aninjattena ananjanti uchati. According to this, the Rupavachara Chatutta Jnana also can be called Ananja Samadhi. So not only Arupa Jnana. So it gives an explanation in some book, maybe in one of the Patisambhida or someplace. Rupavachara Chatutta Jnana Mevacha රූප විරාග භාවනා වශයෙන් පවත්ිතං ආරම්මන විභාගේන චතුර්විධං අරූපාවචර ඥානಂತಿ ඒතේසම් පංචන්නං ඥානං ආනෙන්ජ වෝහාර. Now according to this, 5 jhanas can be called anenja, either rupavachara chaturtha jhana or arupa jhana. තේසං යං කිංචි පාදකං කତ୍වා සමාපන්නා අරහත් ඵල සමාපatti ආනෙන්ජ සමාධීති පුරාණා. The ancient teachers have mentioned that also, if not only the rupavachara chaturtha jhana and arupa samapatti, arupa jhana, but also a arahatta phala, any arahatta phala, arahatta phala, that is the last attainment, arahatta phala, attain having the any of these 5 as the base, padakam katva samapanna. So any of the attainments that are attained having this as the base is called, can also be called anenja samadhi. Anenja samadhi. So there is also some thing for us to know that this is the explanation of anenja samadhi, because when we study in the Paticcasamuppada, anenja is specifically the arupa jhana, but here we can find it can also be used for rupavachara jhana. Atako tesam bhikkhunaṁ etad hosi. Then this thought appeared to the monks. Katamenuko bhagava viharena etarai viharati. Bhagava viharati, the blessed one dwells. Etarai, now. Viharena, dwelling. With the dwelling. Katamen, with which dwelling? With what kind of dwelling the Buddha was dwelling at the moment? Atako tesam bhikkhunaṁ etad hosi. So then this appeared to those monks. Anenjena ko bhagava viharena etarai viharati. Buddha is dwelling with the anenja vihara. Anenja vihara is anenja samadhi, right? Sabbheva anenja samadhina nisidhya. So all sat with the anenja samadhi. Atako ayaso. Then what happens whenever Ananda, without knowing what is going on, Buddha was sitting, the monks were also sitting. Whenever Ananda requested the Buddha to talk to them, right? To talk to them. So 3 times he talked. He requested the Buddha because they were sitting silent. So this was his request 3 times. The same thing was repeated 3 times. Atako ayasma anando abhikanthaya rattiya nikkante patame yami uttayasana ekamantam ekansam uttarasangam paritva yena bhagava tenanjalim panamitva bhagavantam. So this is common to everything. Whenever Ananda was the subject, so this part is common. Uttayasana ekansam uttarasangam karitva yena bhagava tenanjalim panamitva bhagavantam etadu said thus. Whenever Ananda said thus. These are the gerunds. Panamitva, karitva, uttaya. So said this to the blessed one, object of etadu vocha. Panamitva, having paid respect. Anjalim panamitva. Yena bhagava tenanjalim panamitva. So having paid respect, we are to the blessed one, or we are the blessed one at that place. Yena bhagava tena. So we are the blessed one was at that, to that point, to that direction, he paid respect, having claps hands. Karitva, uttarasangam karitva. Ekansam uttarasangam. Uttarasangam is the upper rope. Ekansam means to one side. Having made the rope to one side. So it doesn't mean that they were. So when we make the rope to one side, we cover only one shoulder. Monks normally cover one shoulder while they are in the monastery. But it doesn't mean that they were covering both the shoulders. There were some people try to say that this shows that the monks used to cover both the shoulders while they were in the monastery. So it's not something to be followed. Monks, because it's a very huge thing if you are going to cover both the shoulders all the time. So, and also historically we can see in Buddha statues from ancient times, Buddha statues were made with the one shoulder open. So it has been a custom from very past time. So what does it mean? Means the sub-commentators say punatapitva. So because when we stay with when we wear the robe, normally it falls down. It doesn't stay as it is, like a shirt or a frock. So normally when we go to some place, to a respected person, we normally prepare it again. We arrange it. So Ekansang Uttarasangam Karita means rearranged. They rearranged the robe, covering putting it into one side. Ekansang. Ekansang means actually not to one side. Eka ansang, one shoulder. Eka ansang. Ansa is shoulder. Ekang ansang. Ekansang Uttarasangam Karita. So made it to cover only one shoulder. Uttayasana having stood from the seat. So this is common to all the other requests. This part. So when did he do that? Patameyami. Nikkante patameyami. When the patama is first, yama is watch. Nikkante. When the first watch has gone, finished. So abhikkantaya ratya. So when the night has passed away. Abhikkantaya ratya. Go into the commentary, you can see. Abhikkantaya, atitaya. Sometimes abhikkanta means very beautiful, attractive. Right? But here is atitaya. Nikkante, niggate, apagateti attu. Having gone. So because there are 3 nights, 3 watches of the night. First watch, second watch, third watch. So this says atitaya means it has gone. The first watch has gone. So here Rati refers to the first watch actually. So abhikkantaya ratya. Or otherwise we can say in a pleasant night. Abhikkantaya ratya. But the commentators say when the night has passed, it means here night refers to the first watch. Nikkante patameyam. The first watch has ended. The night ends with the dawn actually. It's in the first watch of the night has ended. Uttayasana. So when the night has passed away, the first part of the night, when the first watch has gone, Uttayasana having stood up, made his upper robe onto one shoulder, then paid respect to the Buddha and said this. Abhikkanta bhante ratti. Venerable sir, the night has passed away. Abhikkanta, ratti abhikkanta. This is the verb. Abhikkanta is the past participle. Nikkanto patamo yamu, the first watch. Patamo yamo nikkanto. The first watch has passed away. Chira nisinna agantuka bhikkhu. Agantuka bhikkhu, subject. Chira nisinna. Nisinna is the verb actually. Chira says long time. I've been sitting for long time. Agantuka bhikkhu chira nisinna honti. So the visiting monks have sat for a long period. Patisammodatu bhante. Bhagava agantukehi bhikkhuhi. Bhante, blessed, venerable sir. Bhagavad, may the Bhagava patisammodatu. May the blessed one rejoice or greet, have friendly talks, do greetings. With whom? Agantukehi bhikkhuhi. Together with visiting monks. Evang mutte, when this was said, Bhagava tunhi ahosi. Venerable the Buddha was silent. Bhagava tunhi ahosi. The Buddha was silent when this was said. Dutiyampiko ayasma anandu abhikkantaya ratya nikkante majjimeyami uttayasana ekansang uttarasangam haritva yena bhagava tenanjali panamitva bhagavantam etadu. So the latter part is the same. Uttayasana ekansang uttarasangam haritva yena bhagava tenanjali panamitva bhagavantam etadu. Right? So having stood up from his seat, having made the rope into one shoulder, and having paid respect to the Buddha, said this to him. Right? But the time was different. Dutiyampiko, for the second time, Ayasma Ananda, Venerable Ananda. Abhikkantaya ratya, when the night has passed away. So when the night means here should be the second watch. Nikkante majjimeyami, the middle watch has passed away. He said this. What did he say? Abhikkanta bhante ratti, the night has passed away. Nikkanto majjimo yamu, the second watch is finished, has gone away. Chira nisinna agantuka bhikkhu, the visiting monks had sat for a long period. Patisammoditu bhante bhagava agantukehi bhikkhu. May the blessed one have friendly talks, greet with the visiting monks. Dutiyampiko bhagava tunniyam. So for the second time even, the blessed one was silent. Then Tatyampiko ayasma anando abhikkantaya ratya nikkante pachimeyam. Right? Then we have a very special term. Uddaste arune Nandimukhiya Ratya. Uddaste Arune Nandimukhiya Ratya. This is a very huge controversial point in the Theravada teachings. There have been a very long discussion about this for pages in the Vinaya Alankara Tika. If you want to have further information, this is especially for regarding the Vinaya of Bhikkhus. In Vinaya Alankara Tika, you can have a very long discussion on this. Tika. Right, the Vinaya Alankara Tika. See Vinaya Alankara Tika for further details, right? Because it's related to the dawn, because it's talking about the falling of dawn. This is the only place that we have in the Tipitaka about the dawn. Uddaste Arune Nandimukhiya Ratya. Right? What does it mean, Nandimukhiya Ratya? That's very important. So, because it's important, monks are not supposed to eat afternoon till the next dawn. So, it's very important to know when is the exact dawn. And also, when we practice penance, or we call the probations for the falls of Sanghadisesa, Manatta and Parivasa. The days are counted with the falling of the dawn. It's very important that we observe and relinquish it after the dawn. Observe before and relinquish after. And regarding the robes, they become nisagya with the falling of dawn. So, a very huge point, very important point that affects lots of places in our Shastra. And also the consent brought to a Vinaya Kamma becomes also invalid after the falling of the dawn. Food become unallowable to us. The food that was, especially the juices that are offered to us in the previous day, become unallowable from the next dawn. And during the Vasa, how the 7 days are counted, in which we can stay outside, are considered with the dawn. For the falling of the 8th dawn, the Vasa is broken if someone is unable to return to the monastery. So likewise, the dawn affects entire Vinaya, regardless of the book where the rule is. So therefore, it has to be very clear what this dawn is. There are many explanations that the monks used to have. Finally, what we consider authentic or more accurate today is the explanation given in Vinaya Alankara Tika. We consider it as very accurate and we follow it accordingly. So that is also very important. So then the remaining part is same. Uttayasana ekansang uttarasangam karitva yena bhagava tenanjalim panamitva bhagavantang etu. Having stood from the seat, made the upper robe to one side, paying respect to the Buddha, he said this. Right. So Tatiyampi for the 3rd time, Venerable Ananda, Abhikantaya Ratya, when the night has passed away. Nikkante Pachimeyam, when the last watch has passed away. Uddaste Arune. You know what translate? Uddaste Arune means when the dawn has fallen. When the dawn has fallen. These are absolute usage. Nikkante Pachimeyami, Abhikantaya Ratya, all are absolute. Uddaste Arune, when the dawn has fallen. Nandimukhiya Ratya. Right? So we'll see how this has to be explained in the commentary. Uddaste Arune, Uggate Arune. Uggata means appears. We normally translate dawn has fallen. Right? In Pali we say the dawn has arisen. Aruno Nama. What is Aruna? Aruno Nama. The meaning of Aruna is Purattimaya Disaya Suryo Dayato Puretarameva Uttito Bhaso. Purattimaya Disaya in the eastern side. Suryo Dayato. To suffix. Here we take it before. You can have after and before both, right? Ablative meaning. Before the rising of the sun, Surya Udaya, before the rising of the sun. Puretarameva. Surya Udayato Puretarameva. Before. Actually, it's Puretarameva means before. Surya Udayato shows that from before, from what? So before the falling of, before the sunrise. Uttito Bhaso. Uttita Obaso. The light which has arisen before the rising of the sun in the eastern direction. In the eastern direction. So what is this? So normally, scientifically, now we know when the Earth is rotating around the sun, when it connects to the when it comes to a certain angle, the sun rays starts to come. We have three types of dawns and dusks. Dusk is in the evening. Dawn is based on astronomical dawn, nautical dawn, and the civil dawn. Civil dawn is where in some countries where the headlights of the vehicles should be switched off. People should not use after the civil dawn the headlights. So there are rules regarding driving and so forth, because people are able to work without any lights, without the help of any artificial lights. Civil dawn. Nautical dawn is the light that is useful for the navigators, the ones who sailors actually in the sea, because in the sea it's unlike the cities. The light appears earlier in the middle of the sea because there is no coverings. It's just open space. So the sailors see the light before the people in the land, on the land. Then the astronomical dawn is the light that appears, that is seen by the astronomers who are observing the sky. After the astronomical dawn, it's quite difficult to observe the celestial objects because the light is going to interrupt their observation. First, the astronomical dawn appears, then the nautical dawn, then the civil dawn. So, according to the what we have known so far, when the sun is 18 degrees below the Earth's like the horizontal line, 18 degrees below, the astronomical dawn starts. So normally they say there is a slight white light coming at that time, a slight white light. But normally this white light is not what is being considered as the Aruna here. First, the light is white, a slight white light comes, which is not very observable. Then what happens, because of the angle of the sun rays, when it enters into the surface, enters into the air of the, we have a air surface, right? We call it the layer of air. When it enters into it, because of the angle, the light appears to be red. So this red color is what is known as the Aruna, according to the Vinaya Alankara Tika. That's how we standard what we follow now. Not the white light, which is very difficult to be observed. The red light is very visible. Normally, according to our research done by some seniors, elders, like good type of researchers, not just thinking, having gone into, having observed the times properly in certain locations, tops of the mountain and on the seasides, it was observed that this light appears after the astronomical dawn. Within 10 minutes, surely this red color appears. Before 10 minutes, the red color appears. So it's normally about 5-6 minutes maybe after the astronomical dawn. So first the white light comes, which is a very slight one, which is very slight type of a light. Then the red color appears. That is the time the dawn has fallen. So normally, if you are following the Vinaya as a bhikkhuni or a sayale or a monk, normally what I do is I take the astronomical dawn, because before the astronomical dawn, it is impossible, according to scientific findings, that the light has entered to the Earth. So it's only after the astronomical dawn. So after the astronomical dawn, it may take few minutes. like 10, after 10 minutes, the light appears. But it will not be observed from the ground. It is observed at the sea. So we cannot exactly say what the Buddha's idea was because he was in a land area. We don't have much information. He had visited sometimes the sea areas, but he was in a land area mostly. So maybe he was referring the time that the red light can be seen with the land. I'm talking about the observation done in the seaside, on beaches and top of the mountains. So therefore, for the safety, I take, because when it comes to the nautical dawn, surely the light has appeared. We can see a very good type of light. So by the time of nautical dawn, you can see this in internet. Surely, for sure, the dawn has fallen. Normally, in the seaside and top of very high mountains, the red color appears after 10 minutes, before 10 minutes, after the astronomical dawn. But if you want to make it very clear about the Vikala Bhojana and all these, I consider the nautical dawn is a very safe zone. But by the time of nautical dawn, you can start eating, right? You can start eating. It changes according to the region and according to the time, because it's different in Sri Lanka, it's different in China, different in Myanmar, the falling of the dawns. So this is the red light according to the tradition. It says Obasa. In some places, they have talked about this red color, some features. So Nandi Mukhya, what does it mean? Ratya Arunassa Uggatatta Eva Arunapabhaya Surya Lokupa Jivino Satte Nandapana Mukhya Via Ratya Jathaya Vibhaya Manayati Apto. So Nandi Mukhya Ratya. Nandi Mukhya Ratya is also an absolute. But we can see there is no verb here, right? No verb here. So this is the exact translation of this. Now you can see here in commentarial reading, the translation, exact translation comes at the end. In previous places, exact translation came immediately after this word of the sutta. So remember, the exact translation came immediately after. In many places we found it. Then the explanation came, right? Then the explanation came. So, but in this case, I was going to search, I haven't marked it. Anyway, I think we remember. In some places, the exact translation came immediately after the statement. Now here, translation comes at the end. Nandi Mukhyati, Nandhapana Mukhya Vya Ratya Jataya. This is the thing that we have to consider about translating. The remaining are explanations. Nandapana Mukhya Vya. Right? Then the remaining part is the explanation about what is this Nandapana Mukhya. Nanda Peti means make them happy. Make them happy. Mukhya, Mukha, entrance, we can call a reason, whatever. So it is Mukhya Vya. It is one kind of a mouth or entrance or a reason that makes others happy. Vya. Mukhya Vya, as if Nandapana Mukhya Vya Ratya Jata. The night is like a night, that a night is like a mouth or reason that makes others happy. Ratya Jata, this is the absolute meaning. When the night has appeared or fallen, Ratya, the night has appeared. Right? Night has become something that makes others happy. So what kind of being? Satte, beings. Surya Lokupa Jivi no Satte, the beings who depend, who lives based on sunlight. Not the owls or bats. This is talking about birds, daylight birds, or humans, other animals, not the cats. Cats are very happy when the night falls because they can hunt during the night. We are talking about the living beings who comes out of their dens or nests and live during the daytime. All right. So Suryaloka Upajivino Satte Nandhapana Mukhya. Arunapabhaya, with what? Arunapabhaya, with the rays of the dawn, light of the dawn. Ratya Arunassa Uggatatta Eva. Uggatattha. Uggatattha. Uggata is appeared, Uggatattha, because it has appeared. Arunassa Uggatattha, because of the appearing or the falling of the dawn. Ratya Arunassa Uggatattha Eva Arunapabhaya Suryaloka Jupajivino Satte Nandi Mukhya Vya Ratya Jat. Ratya Arunas, dawn of the night. Ratya Arunas Uggatattha. Aruna is the light, O Basu. Ratya Arunaya. Ratya Arunaya, the light of the night. Ratya Arunaya. The light of the night has appeared. Because the light of the night has appeared, Arunapabhaya Suryaloku Upajivino Satte Nandapana Mukhya Vyaratya. So because the light of the night has appeared, the night has become like a reason or a mouth that makes the daylight beings happier. Arunapabhaya Suryaloku Upajivino Satte Nandapana Mukhya Vyaratya. So the night has, because the rays of the night has fallen, the night has become like a reason for the making the living daylight beings happier with the Arunapabha, the rays of the dawn. So this is what Venerable Ananda was saying, right? Uddaste Arune Nandi Mukhya Ratya, Nandi Mukhya Vya Ratya Jata. So this is what we have to enter here. So Nandi Mukhya Vya Ratya Jata. Ratya Jata. Right? So when the night has appeared as something that makes the living beings happy, right? Makes the living beings happy. So even now, even though I say this is a direct translation, the entire thing is a direct translation, right? Entire thing is a direct translation. But what matters to us is these direct parts. This entire part is explaining what is making happy. What does it mean by Nandapana? Right? Nandapana. Who are made happy? The living beings who depend on the daylight. With what? Arunapabhaya. And what is the reason for that? Because the light has appeared. So because the light has appeared, Arunapabhaya, Suryaloku Upajivini Sattin, they were making, it's like making the beings happy with the Arunapabha, with the light of the dawn. Right? So even what I was meaning is, word by word translation can be seen from here, but as one sentence, it is also we can say it's a translation because the word Nandapana had to be explained. Right? So then Uttayasana is clear. Then Ananda was saying, Abhikanta Bante Rati, the night has passed away. Nikkanto Pachimayano, the last watch has passed gone. Uddastu Aruno, the dawn has fallen. Nandimukhi Rati, the night has appeared as if it a thing that or a reason that makes the beings happy. Kiranisinnagantuka bhikkhu, the visiting monks have been dwelling, sitting for a long period. Patisammoditu bante bhagava agantuke, may the blessed one rejoice or share greetings with the incoming monks. Atako bhagava tamma samadhi ma buddhahitva, having stood up, having emerged from that samadhi, the blessed one, ayasmante ananda namante sira, said this to Venerable Ananda. Sachekotang ananda janeyasi ettakampite nappati bhaseya. Ahancha ananda imancha pancha bhikkhu satani sabheva ananda samadhina nisidhi. Sachekotang ananda janeyasi. Sachetwang ananda Venerable Ananda. Sachekotang janeyasi. Twang sache janeya. If you know, you had known, if you would know, ettakampiteena appatibhasete, even this would not appear to him. This would not appear, I mean, this idea would not appear, that he said 3 times to the Blessed. Nothing to say about saying, even the idea would not appear that may the Blessed One talk to him. Right? Ettakampiteena appatibhasete. Ahancha ananda imancha pancha bhikkhu satani sabbheva anenja samadhina nisidimha nisidimha past tense, first person plural. Ahancha imancha pancha bhikkhu satani cha, it's neuter gender but it refers to the 500 monks. I and these 500 monks nisidimha sat, anenja samadhina sat with the unshakable samadhi, all sabbheva, everyone, right? So all were sitting there. So that is what the Buddha mentioned. Ettakampi nappati bhase in the commentary. Lokiya patisammodana sandhaya yadidam te abhikanta bante ratti yadina tikkattum patibhanam upattita. Saidam ettakampi nappati bhayu nappati na upattaya. So even this would not appear to you, because you were saying this. Bante, the right night has gone, please talk with them. 3 times it appears to you. Saidam, ittakampi, te nappatibha, no upatti. Even that would not appear to you. So he said this. Patibhanam upattitam. So yeah, we can say it's like even this would not appear to you. So maybe it's because he said that he said it in words. Even this, the idea would not appear to you, right? Or either we can just say the idea would not have appeared to you, right? Not without the word even, right? So the idea would have not appeared to you. Why is that? Yasmacha kotang ananda sekko asekkang samapatti viharang na janas. As you are still a trainee, you don't know the dwellings of arahants. Tasma mam imesam bhikkунang lokiya patisammodanam haretum ussakam apadya. So you were encouraging me to talk with them in terms of lokiya patisamta, lokiya patisammodana, in terms of greetings, worldly greetings, like talking and so. Ahampana imehi bhikkui sadding lokuttara patisammodana meva tiyam ratting Vitina mesiti dasento bhagavaha. So Buddha was telling, Buddha's idea was, I was actually doing a greeting with them, but not the Lokiya greeting, but the Lokuttara type of greeting. So it shows that if a teacher and a student or an incoming monk or a dwelling monk used to dwell in the same samapatti or dwell in meditation together without talking, then it seems like they are doing the patisammodana. So there we can say 2 types of patisammodana, Lokiya and Lokuttara. Talking is Lokiya patisammodana. If you do meditation, it may seem very odd in some cases, but that is the very higher level of arahants. I think I recently shared by one of Charles about Anu. I heard in a book, it was mentioned one of the Lompos in Thailand was very sick. And one of his friends, Lompo means a very senior monk, and another senior monk had visited him. The first was in a hospital. So when the others visited, they had a very short talk or something. And then suddenly they sat in the meditation. Both of them sat in the meditation for a long period without talking. And then suddenly they woke up and then greeted and went away. So that was a Lokuttara patisammodana. Lokuttara, I don't know whether they were nobles or not. But anyway, that was one type of patisammodana, that both are meditating. So it's a very strange thing, maybe strange thing for today, but that's how the ancient monks used to think about it. So now, this is another point. I mentioned that there were 2 opinions why the Buddha entered into the Anenja Samadhi, right? So if you are very attentive, we can see there were 2 ideas. First was Tesang Attana Samapatting Samapanna Samapatting Janitva Samapajjanata. So make them to make them to attain into the same dwelling, having known what the Buddha has entered. Tesa Bubbe Panamitang Idani Attana Sahasambhoga Dasana. So Samana Sambhoga Dasana. Show others that they are now in the same dwelling with him, like living in the same dwelling. Anubhava Deepanattang, to show their greatness. Vina Vachi Bedena Anya Vyakarana Panatta. To make them to express their attainment without talking. Others said, Ubbe Panamitanang Idani Attano Santiki and Agatanam Anuttara Sukupadanina Ananya Sadharana Patisantahara Karanatham. So some said they was dismissed before, now they have come close to him. So the idea of the Buddha was to greet them with a unique type of greeting by making them to arouse Anuttara Sukha, the highest bliss, highest Sankata bliss, Palasamapati. So the first one was to show the others that they are living in the same dwelling with the Buddha, and also to show that they are dwelling in this as the Buddha does in the same dwelling, show their greatness, and also to express their arahanthood without talking. So others said that was for to greet them with a very high type of a greeting. Right now, you can see what the Pali commentator's idea was. He's telling the Buddha's idea was Yasmachako Twangan Sekko Asekka Samapatti Janati. You don't know the attainment of Arahant, being a training. Tasma Mam Imesam Bhikkунang Lokiya Patisammodanam Haretum Utsukang Apai. So you urged me to have a worldly greeting with the monk. Aham Pana, but I Ime Bhikkhu Sadin Lokuttara Patisammodana Meva Yamaratin Vitanam Minti Dasinto Bhagavad. But Buddha's idea was, I did a greeting with them entire night. It's a Lokuttara type of greeting. So this idea is closer to this idea of Apare. Right? This idea of Apare. So he has preferred the idea of them. He preferred the idea of them. So this is what he mentioned. That was the reason, and he says that was the idea of the Buddha. So he's preferred the idea of Apare over the other. It doesn't mean the first one is wrong, but he has preferred it. So Ahan Chanand Imanicha Pancha Vipu Satani Sabhya Vanini Samadhina Nisiddhi Mahatma. That's what he said. Then Etamatang Viditva Etan Tesam Bhikkунang Attana Samanang Samang Anenja Samadhi Samapajjana Matta Sankatang Vasi Bhavatang Sabhakarta Vita. Knowing their mastery over the Samadhi in the mastery of the Anenja Samadhi, so and dwelling Attana Samang Anenja Samadhi Samapajjana Samattata Sankata Vasava. So similar to him, they were also able to attain that same attainment the Buddha has attained. Knowing that similarity, said this Atana. Imang ete sambhikunang anavasesa ragadi pahanang pahana sansiddhita sabhava deepana. Anavasesa ragadi pahana sansiddhita sabhava udana. So he was uttering the udana that shows about their complete destruction of the kilesas. Right? Complete destruction of the kilesas. Yeah, so this is the Gāta Sutta, and Yasa Jito Kama Kantako, of whose the Kama Kantaka, thorn of sensual pleasures, have been destroyed. One, Akkoso, the accusation, Vado, the harming, Bandhanancha. Then also, we can call it වදවත මන ඒත්තේහිවි එසේවනයි ඒතේසු අක්කොසල වශයෙන් මචී දුච්චරිත භාවෝ විතරේන කාය දුච්චරිත භාවෝ දසිත akkosa is accusing akkosa with words vitarena kaya ducharita ba vada and bandhana means tying others like imprisoning others vada is harming hurting bandhana is like if someone vada bandhana means make you tie in some place or don't let others to go. Sometimes bandhana can refer to the kilesa even. So here it refers to kaya ducharita with dosa. It's put imprisoning others. Tena tannimittakasa vyapadasa anavasesa pahanen tatiyo mogu guttu. This gatha also very interesting. So it mentions about the third how do you call the third part. Pabbatova sotito anejo, he stands unshaken like a mountain. Sukha dukkesu na vedati sadukhi. He is not, he is unshaken in happiness and suffering. Yeah. It's a very nice story, wonderful explanation about incident that has lots to be learned, because earlier they were sent away and they were accepted again with full respect. The due respect was given. Yeah. So this is what the story is. I think we have few minutes left. I have to leave to one lunch. If we can have a short discussion about this. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have one question. Just one question.
Sure.
This is about the sentence Sachi Kotang Ananda Janayasi Etakam Vite yeah
Right.
Napati Basaya. So it yeah, I have difficulty with this one. So what is the subject of the verb napati basaya?
Ettakam. Ettakam is the subject.
So napati basaya, it means would not reply.
No, would not appear in the mind. Patiba.
Patibasati. So this is to speak, to reply.
Ah, yeah, I didn't notice it. I was referring to this Nappati Beya.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. You are correct. I didn't notice that. Thank you for that. We'll go to the commentary. Nappati Baje. Lokya Patisammodhanam Sandhaya Adidante Abhikkanta Rati Chitatum Patibhanam Upattita. Yeah, it's Patibhana. Patibhana is an idea. Ettankam Nappati Beya. Na Upattaya. Now, Upattaya means it doesn't appear to us. So, Patibhasati. Patibhasati and Patibhati. Patibhasati. Wait. Patibhasati. Patibhasati is reply,
yeah,
right?
okay.
But if you go into the other type of reading, Patibheya. Patibhati is okay, right?
Yes.
But if you look into the explanation, it says Patibhati. Patibhanam Upattaya. This idea appears. Upattita. The idea that has appeared. It would not appear. Ittakampi te na upattaya. Upattaya. So I think this is much better, it seems.
Yes. Otherwise, I don't know what is the subject of that. So and then
sure.
it's yes. So when they you say that is the itakang. Itakang is the subject and te is the is it accusative, Bante?
Te is normally is genitive. According to tradition, it's genitive. Normally they say when something appears genitive, but it can be written in accusative as well.
Right.
Patibati is a verb that governs genitive.
I see. Okay.
But in some places, patibhatu thang chunda bojjanga. Patibhatu thang in some suttas. So there it's accusative. So the grammarians say this is a accusative usage in genitive meaning.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Bante.
So Bandi, I also have the same question with Dr. Ryan.
Mhm.
So how about the object of the Janayasi?
Yeah. Okay. Ittakam see, right?
It's also Idagang.
Ittakam. Yeah, we'll go to the commentary. Yeah, thank you for that idea. Okay, we'll see. Ittakampi appadi. You see. Sacheko twang ananda janiyas. If you know, what does it know? Bhagava image bhikkhuche ettakam kalang imina nama samapatti sukena bidinameti iti. Twang yadi jane. No. Here janiyasi means if you had known this. Right? If you had known this. That is not mentioned in the sentence. Ettakampite nappati basi. So subject is ettakang of nappati basi. Nappati beye or nappati basi. But janayasi object is not mentioned. That is, had you known that I and these monks were in such dwelling. So here object is not mentioned. Sache kotanya ananda janayasi. If you had known what? This what has been mentioned up. That Bhagava and others were in the same dwelling. According to the commentary, Ettakang is the subject of Nappati Bhasaya, not the object of Janayas. Right? So you can see there's no object. Ettakampi, Nappati Bhasaya is one together.
But we also have the Itagangarang, right? In the
different. That is different. What he know was the entire thing, Sally. Bhagava image bhikkhuche ettakam kalang imina nama samapatune vitina metiti yadi twang janiyas. Had you known this entire thing, not only the time, had you known that not this time, no, had you known that the Buddha and these monks had entered into this samapatti and were dwelling in that for that much time, if you had known that entire incident, this would not appear to you. So the object of Janayasi is not only the kala, this entire thing.
So that means while we do the translation, we have to add an other words here.
Yes, exactly. Sache kotang, you have to add it. Yeah, you have to add this. It's better to copy and paste this commentary statement. This, I think personally, this comma should come here.
Which comma?
Inverted comma. Inverted comma. What do you think? There's no reason this should go out, right?
Yeah, but it's just an idea. But there's also sometimes the verb to know, it doesn't need an object, right? If you know.
If you know. Doesn't need an object?
Sometimes it doesn't need an object.
I think we need object here, no?
Need object what we know, right? You know. You know what they can ask, right?
Yes, of course. But in this context, yes. But if you know, then you wouldn't.
So then what happens? This iti is in accusative case. Like you know the entire thing.
Yes.
Right. So
but I mean, yeah. Sure, but then I mean, what I mean is that in this, like the It's it is the saying of the Buddha. It's not like, I wouldn't say that, but I would say that it's like not a formal written sentence. It's like a
Yeah.
spoken language. So the Buddha would
Okay.
just say, if you know, then you know.
You know
Not
that. If you
much.
know that
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know that. If you know, you not say anything. So how about the inverted comma going here? I'm telling like this.
I think maybe that one is referred, the blessed one said that one.
I'm talking like this. Bhagava, image of bhikkhu. Then what is this cha? Cha is Bhagava, image of bhikkhu. Bhagava cha, image of bhikkhu cha. Ettakam khalam, imina nama samapatti suken, vitina me titi, ananda. Yaditwang janeyas. Ananda, if you had known that the blessed one and these monks to get all had spent such much time in this type of samapatti.
Yes. That makes sense. Something.
It has to come, right?
Yes.
Because otherwise the Bhagava has no connection in here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
janeyas.
Yes.
I'm also pretty much confident that it should be.
I think this is okay.
And Bhagava outside, you mean?
No, I mean Bhagavad inside.
Yeah, inside is okay. Because if it's outside, it's a big problem. What is the function of Bhagava? Because then we have Bhagava and Twang both nominated. Okay. So any questions, discussion?
So Bunny, how about the previous lecture? You mentioned that like Manasigatong, that one, how do we translate?
Yeah, I didn't get the reply from my friend. I'll let it know as soon as I get it.
Okay. Thank you, Bunny.
I also think it can be past tense, asi. Now I feel like the area became, we can think like that, as Dr. Ryan said. Now, I also thought about it later. So then it appeared to me also, patibai, batibati, so it appeared to me also like we can say asi. That area became not disgusting to do. Why is that? They already attained Arahantu. Gantung appatikula sadisa gantung appatikula asi. That direction became not disgustful or pleasant, became pleasant to go by me or to me, whatever. I also personally feel now past tense is better. Anyway, I'll talk with my friend and give a final explanation. Yeah. Last question. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So Bunny here, like regarding the time in there, like Patama Dudya Dadya there in that sentence, Abhigandaya Radya Nikande Bachime like Yame or in that paragraph. How can we translate it properly?
Sorry? How do you translate?
Yeah. Abhigandaya Radya Nikande Bachime Yame Uttaste Arune Nandi Mukhiya Radya. So in that place, how can we translate it properly?
All are absolute.
Yeah.
Abhikairatya, Nikante Pachimeyami, Uddaste, when the night dawn has fallen. Nandi Mukhya is not a participle. So we have to add Jataya. Ratya Jataya. When the night has become like what? Nandi Mukhya, like an entrance or like a reason for the like a reason for the happiness of others. Nandi Mukhya. According to the commentary, a reason or we can say Mukha is entrance, reason. We can have few meanings. I'm little bit confused, like which meaning to get, because it doesn't have a sub commentary. So we can just, if you can give 1 minute. Nandi Mukhyati. Chutti Mukhya. Chutti Mukhya. A reason for, it seems like it's reason for Sita Mama. Pasanna Disa Mukhayati Atto. Pasanna Disa Mukhaya. Mukha. How do we translate it? It's a good question. You are trying Nandi Mukhi, Satte Nandapana Mukhi. So you can look into this. I think I have to leave now. Can you look into the Vinayalankara Tika? We can have a discussion on this next on Friday. Number 1, Tika number 1, page number. There is a, if you type the Nandi Mukhyati, page number 30 also, we can have an explanation, right? And also 29, 28, 28, 29, 30, we can have some explanation. Satte Nandapana Disa Mukhi Rati Eva Vutta. Na Arunassa Nandiya Vattaputta Sadse Vannata. Satte Nandapana Evang. It says that Nandapana Disa Mukhi Rati Eva. It always says that it is a direction that makes the being happy, because now the beings are very happy, the light is going to come, so we can come out of the rooms and we can do our work. So that is the happiness, making happy. So Mukhi, how do we translate this Mukhi?
Yeah, so
Can
Bante,
be a reason or can
so I translated as use the negative in the negative sense. So I translated as when the night is no longer fearful.
Okay. How did you get that meaning?
I mean, when I read this, and I thought that I have also reasoning after the same reasoning. You said that it's like you said, it is the reason why the being that depending on the sun, they become happy, right? So that means that the night at the time is no longer fearful for them to become happy.
Okay, we can have a very long discussion about this. If you put it into the question and answer session, I will give you a translation for this Mukha. Then we can have translation and you can do your translation in the classes, but we'll have a discussion about this during the Q&A session. I'll give you a more detailed explanation about this. This is a very controversial point in the Theravada teachings. There are many ideas. What is this Nandi Mukhi?
Okay, thank you, Bante.
Q&A, we can have this. It will take more than 1 day. we'll discuss on that.
Okay, thank you, Bante.
Okay. Actually, sorry, I have to leave now. The vehicle has come to the lunch.
Okay, thank you, Bante.
Okay. thank you very much.